I hate old people. I hate the people that are running this nation. I hate people that won't even think rational or even have a common sense abiding by them. I cannot stand by it any longer. I seriously can't. It is something that I cannot fucking hold in myself anymore because that's something that I simply just cannot let go anymore. I cannot take lightly. I cannot take it any harshly that I have right now because of what's going on and how people are going on a fucking witch hunt over certain people that don't agree with their own opinions. And I know for a fact that those opinions that those kind of people have are far fetched and are highly irresponsibly insane to even their own common fracture of what they're even thinking or saying at this current time. This is all in response to the Parkland shooting that happened in Florida, is why I'm ranting about this, and why I can't hold back my anger on this, because people are fucking stupid. They are morons. There are people out there that would rather hold on to their material needs than actually care for what's right. And that is disgusting. That is a shame. It is a giant disappointment to the face of humanity that we as a people have to endure, and that is just filthy and disgusting. I simply cannot believe that. And this is all stemming from an argument where I was on Twitter this morning. First thing I do is I would wake up and do my other stuff, and then I would get on Twitter. The first thing I see was CNN posting on there about Florida finally only about one signature away from signing a legislation into law for gun safety, and all I can think of is bravo, well done, good job. Finally, some action is finally being taken place. But then I would see somebody talking about, like they're going to finally make school zones gun-free zones, and they're thinking, oh, that's only going to make it worse. First off, I just want to say for a fact that Parkland wasn't even a gun-free zone before the shooting. So if you're saying that as of right now, thinking that would stem your argument, that's not even working. That is what you said right there could be the most dumbest thing you could have ever said in your life, and may God have mercy on your soul for that. I cannot think of anything else more dumber to think on that topic. I really can't. And so the thing I try to argue with them back is that they couldn't seriously try to stem the argument away from just they what they're afraid of now, what people are afraid of now is that the government is going to take away their guns. First off, name one president that tried to take away all of your precious little shooty bangy thingies away. If you say Obama, no, you can't. You're saying that because he's black, and when you do, you're fucking racist, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. He never did that. What about George W? No, he didn't. His father before him, no, didn't. Al Gore, no, didn't. Kennedy, no, didn't. Reagan, no. Because you do realize that if they even try to do that, that is a breach of the Second Amendment. Something that you all are standing for right now. A lot of you are standing for. As for me, I don't give a fuck about the Second Amendment. I don't care. The only thing I fucking care about is rationality and common fucking sense. And no one is thinking that these days. Nobody wants to think about it. Nobody wants to even want to discuss about it. And that is bullshit. That is inhumane. I do not even consider you as a human if you think that. Why would you all be worried about the Second Amendment when no president in this fucking lifetime or in their right mind would ever do that? They wouldn't. No one would. No one would ever even consider caring about that. No other president ever in any span of human history would do that. Because you want to know why? That is, again, a breach of the Second Amendment. And as we have a nation that is strongly abiding by our amendments, if the only thing that's being breached right now is the First Amendment, the full entirety of the First Amendment, which is probably the biggest leading amendment that was used to find this fucking country, to birth it as a full nation. That is what is at stake here. And that is why I find this all bullshit. It is pointless to even think about the Second Amendment when our First Amendment is at stake. And I know what you're thinking. Well, without the First Amendment, we wouldn't have the Second Amendment. Or without the Second Amendment, there wouldn't be any First Amendment. No, there would be. If we think about it long and hard enough, there would be. There would be so many ways where we can use our First Amendment without anybody not even knowing or even caring. But for the Second Amendment, guns are loud. Even with silencers, guns are loud. They really are. I fired off a couple of them. Just a few weeks ago at Christmas, I fired off my first ever 12-gauge shotgun. That thing is loud as hell. And on that same day, I fired off an AR-15. I fired off an AR-15, the exact fucking weapon that was used at the Parkland school shooting. Did that make me a more violent person? No. Did it even abide to me that, oh wow, this is a gun, I can kill people with it? No. Want to know why? Because that's fucking stupid to think. If you think anybody that now has a gun for that, and you think that they will lose their fucking minds over that shit, you're an idiot. You're the biggest fucking moron on the face of this earth if you think that. Seriously, get a fucking fact check for yourself and get a life. My God. Another reason why I'm discussing with this rant is that today, President Trump is going to be meeting, the day that I'm recording this, is going to be meeting with members of the video game industry. And they're going to be discussing how violent video games could be affecting young minds into wanting them to want to shoot up schools and everything else. You want to hear something funny? Did you know, fun fact, that President Trump's brother, Robert, is actually the head chairman and the current owner of ZeniMax. Yeah, ZeniMax. The people that are behind the other game development company, Bethesda, who made the entire fucking Elder Scrolls series, who brought in Fallout, and who brought back Doom, one of the most violent shoot-'em-up games ever of all time, out from the freaking 90s, and brought it into full light, and made it one of the best shooters of our generation. Oh, man. Trump, you're a fucking bigot. You're the biggest fucking tool I've ever heard of. Why people still support you, I don't ever understand. And that's the thing, though. It's old people that still support you. And these old people think they have a right mind. You know what? I'm just going to say let them. They're going to die sooner anyway. So why the fuck bother? You know, why the fuck bother? They're all on life support, and they're doing this shit anyway. So why the hell bother? Literally, the only people that are voting for you are gun-toting hillbillies. And that's fucking disgusting. I'm not saying we need to take away guns. I honestly don't care about that shit. But if somebody wants a gun, they can have it. But if you're going to be caring more about that, and if you're going to be blaming everything... Okay, and that's the thing I want to discuss next. Everyone on that side of the political agenda would rather want to blame everything and everyone else besides themselves. Where is the fucking wake-up call on that? Where's the wake-up call on that? Where is the sense of all of that whenever people are wanting to do that? So, Trump, what are you going to be blaming on for? Material things? Like video games that have nothing to do with it? I'm going to tell you right now, there have been countless of studies ever since the late fucking 90s that say video game violence does not stem into real-life violence. No connection, none whatsoever. There have been no studies regarding that video game violence does stem to real-life violence. No facts on that, nothing to prove against it. Video games, violent movies, violent music have nothing to do with how it affects real life and how everything is. But the way that we are able to achieve the things that we can use to cause violence, like firearms and heavy weapons, like an AR-15, at such a young age of 18, without thorough background checks, the kid was mentally unstable. And yet, hey, let's give the kid a gun. Maybe that can help him out with his, with his brain. Look at how that turned out. You all are fucking sociopaths. You all are idiots. You all are stupid. I seriously cannot wait till this November till we vote the fuck out of you all to get the fuck out of the White House. You do not deserve to lead this nation. You are unfit to lead this nation, and you deserve to crawl in a ditch somewhere and die because you're the most dumbest, the most unfit, and inept people on this planet. Case closed.